Okay, so what I want to go over in this video are combinations for beginners. And what I want to do is try to set up something realistic. That when I say beginner, I mean beginner in sparring, not just beginner on the bag. Because what happens with a lot of guys, they get in there for the first couple sparring sessions, and a lot of the time you have exceeded expectations, which means that you think that you're going to go out there and land shots like you're landing on the heavy bag. But to be realistic, you have to expect that, first of all, you're probably sparring somebody better than you, at least you should be, so that they can have control and work with you. That you're really most of your shots are gonna be blocked. You're not gonna land most of your shots. And that's okay, because that's the way it goes. And then usually when your opponent who's more experienced starts coming at you, they're tagging you left, right, and center. So one thing you have to keep in mind when you get out there and you spar and you think, well, hey, maybe your combinations suck or whatever, it's often usually not your offense. Usually where beginners are lacking is their defense. So they're trying to do something on their opponent, they're missing most of their shots, and then they're getting tagged all over the place. So when you get to the more experienced levels, you still tend to miss or get your shots blocked, but you end up doing the same thing to your opponent, blocking and shutting down their whole offense. So it becomes more of a chess match of shutting each other down, as opposed to like a Rocky match where everyone's just landing shots left, right, and center. Okay, but when we get into the actual combinations, there are a few things that you got to keep in mind. And the first thing is that the most important aspect of your combination is the when and the what. And you want to keep it a mystery to your opponent when you're going to launch and what you're going to launch with. So that means that you have to have some variety and a lot of options in your combinations. So let me give you a few examples. Okay, so I'm here in front of my opponent. Now the first thing that I want to do is I don't want to just stand right in front of my opponent like this. Okay, and stand there, because he can see when I'm coming. Because when I'm coming, my body goes boom, and it's easy to see. If I'm moving around, faking, moving my head, boom, then I can kind of come at a moment he doesn't expect it. I'm turning, boom, and then I can just come in. It's much better than this. Easy to see. So when you're a beginner, I like to emphasize and recommend lateral motion. Now you don't have to be going like Muhammad Ali like this, but you don't want to stand in one spot. So combinations all start from the feet. So you're there in front of your opponent, faking, moving, okay? Now, that's something in boxing that you call rhythm. It's kind of almost like the way you move, the way your body is moving, the way you're going to set up your offense, even though you haven't set up anything yet. Now, off your rhythm comes the option that you can just take off, because shutting down your opponent's offense is part of your whole game plan, and that allows you to set up your offense better. This is all part of combinations, even though it seems a little bit abstract. So if I'm moving in front of my opponent like this, and he attacks me, and I pop out like that, then now it's even harder for him to know when I'm coming, because not only does he not know when I'm coming, he doesn't know when he should come, because as soon as he does, oh, I'm out of there. I don't always have to stand my ground and block stuff. I can make it a guessing game. He doesn't know when I'm coming. He doesn't know if I'm going to step out. Okay? Once I'm in his head a little bit, I can start to throw my combinations. Now as a beginner, you're not going to get it all down in the first few sessions. But basically, if you're moving left and right at an easy pace, you're going to start to build in your rhythm. Okay? And that will play on into your game when you become an intermediate or advanced. Your whole rhythm. You see guys like Tyson, you know, Roy Jones, sort of more like this, right? Everybody's a little bit different. You get Pacquiao, right? Boom, they're moving in and out. Now I have my own rhythm, so that's kind of playing into it, but this is kind of what you'll see, guys with different rhythm. So once you get into your groove, get into your rhythm, and you're not a sitting duck, that's when you can start to set up your combination. Okay, so here you are. Now what's the first thing you're going to go with? Well, it's most likely going to be the jab. Why? Because the jab is the hardest punch to see coming. If I'm going to throw the right hand, you can see it coming all the way from downtown. My body turns. It's the easiest punch to see coming. You see the left hook? Look at that. If I want to hook you, I have to come around you, outside of you, just a little bit, and you can see that coming. The jab is the hardest punch to see coming. It's the quickest way to get in. You keep your opponent's right hand busy or his head busy. You keep him busy while you set up other stuff. So most of the time, you're coming in with the jab. That's how you're thinking about your combinations. So let's put together the most basic combination that everybody learns. 1, 2, 3. Here I am moving around, faking a little bit, and then you go 1, 2, 3. Okay, you're throwing your 1, 2, 3. Expect that if somebody is better than you, they've blocked all 3 of those shots easy. So now you got a problem. 1, 2, 3 blocked, and now you're standing there. What are you going to do? Well, the first thing is that you always have to have a way to start, and you have to have a way to finish. Just like you're moving around like this, okay? He doesn't know when you're coming. He also shouldn't know when you're going. It's the same idea. I come in, 1, 2, 3, and then I step out. I come in, 1, 2, 3, and then I step out. You don't want your opponent to know when you're going. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm out. The reason why you don't want your opponent to know when you're going is so that they don't know whether they got to defend the next shot, or whether they have an opportunity to counter you, or whether if they counter you, you're going to even be there or not. Because one of the most common ways to counter or to get away from a counter is just to step out of it. I come in, boom, boom, boom. You throw a counter left hook, let's say. I come in, you throw a counter left hook, and I take it off the glove. Whether I landed my shot or not doesn't matter. At least I didn't get hit. So, in real combinations, let's break down the whole program. There will always be a beginning, a middle, and an end. The beginning is your setup. It's your rhythm. It's your lateral motion. It's your fakes. It's your defense and your counters. Okay, it could also work off of what the other guy's throwing. For the most part, we're talking about initiating the attack, so we'll leave counters for later. That's the beginning. The beginning comes before you throw your first punch. The middle is the offense. Bomb, 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 bomb. The ending is your way out or your way to a new angle. It's usually back into the side, through the guy, out the side door. Okay, that's your ending. Now from your ending, you can immediately go right into another attack. There's nothing saying that you have to go off and kill 5-10 seconds. But generally you've got the beginning, the middle, and the end. Without the beginning and the end, you're going to be getting tagged all day. Doesn't matter what you throw. Because any average boxer who can do this can see you coming, go like this, watch you stand there when you're done, boom, 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 and start to pick you off. That's why the beginning, the lateral motion, the fakes, the rhythm, and the setup is just as important as the combo itself. And the ending is just as important as the combo itself. Because no matter what you throw, if you're there at the end of your combo right in front of your opponent, boom, you're going to get picked off. And you're just basically going to throw at the door all the offense that you set up.